do with you now is run through our entire product portfolio to give you tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. And I find that knowledge is what sets you apart from most consultants that really don't know what they're talking about. So the more you know, the more successful you'll be. Combining that with great customer service will take you very far in this business. So I think knowledge is really important. And when I first started, I wanted to learn everything about our products, the do's and don'ts, the tips and tricks, and it's a lot to remember. So, you're not going to know every single ingredient in every product. It's not possible, but you can learn key words, key buzzwords, and just know the ins and outs that make it easy to repeat. So I'm going to just share with you what I say, and if you can get this down, you will know basically as much as a 7-year veteran at this time doing RNF. And so let's get started, because I want to do this quickly and really share with you every single thing that we sell, and your workaround with it, so you know exactly how to present to your prospective customers or consultants. So as you know, Rodan & Fields is multi-med therapy. What does that mean? It means key active ingredients layered in the right formulation, in the right order, and in the right amount, which is what makes us successful. Okay, so that carries down to most of our products, that whole philosophy. That's why when we say we're different, we are different, because we have so many different key active ingredients that are layered, as well as many products that have patented molecules or patented technology that sets us apart. So let's get started. I'm going to start first with our Soothe regimen. And one thing that I want to mention to you about every single one of our regimens, even though it may sound like something very as mild as Soothe, is you can always purge. And that's really important to know, is that if a customer starts using the products, they really need to understand that if they're red and itchy, that's an allergy. If they're breaking out with pimples, that generally is a purge. We find that most of those breakouts go away after the first week. But it can happen anytime from, let's say, I find a lot of after 1 week, that's when they start experiencing it, but it can happen in 3 weeks. It can happen in 6 weeks. It really is just the skin changing, turning over, and but it is a purge. And just, I think the most important thing is checking in with your customer in the beginning and making sure that if they are experiencing this purge, they are not running to the dermatologist and saying RNF is not right for me. It's just their skin, the toxins coming out, the skin changing, transformation starting to happen. Don't stop. Keep pushing through. If it's somebody with super sensitive skin, I always like to do the patch test on their arm and then start with one product at a time. So this way, if they're going to start using the wash, start with the wash for 3 days, see how that goes. Then let's put in the step number 2, see how that goes. So that is for somebody that says, oh, I break out from a lot of products, or I'm very sensitive. Okay. When I start with anybody, I am my own solution tool. We have the solution tool on your website, and that's an amazing feature. I mean, it's really brilliant, and the way it's done. But I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm generally my own solution tool, and I basically ask the same questions to the prospective customer, and I'll say, when you look in the mirror, what bothers you the most? Because don't forget, you can be looking at someone and staring at their really bad sun damage and their brown patches, but when they look in the mirror, they see wrinkles. So just because you may notice something on that person's face, they might not notice that. So you always want to ask them, when you look in the mirror, what bothers you the most, right? Now, I will always say to them, are you sensitive like rosacea red? Because so many people think that they're sensitive when they're really not sensitive. So rosacea red gives them a strong indication of what I'm looking for when I'm looking for sensitivity. If they say, yes, I do have rosacea, I have really bad eczema on my face, or psoriasis patches, or lupus, or anything like eczema, we are not a medical company. We cannot make medical claims. even though we know this could help tremendously, all those ailments that I just mentioned, we cannot say that, we cannot cure it. This is not going to cure it, but it will give tremendous relief to anyone suffering from those type of ailments. So remember, we are not a medical claim company. That's why with any one of our products, we'll always say the appearance of or looking like, because when you're putting things like that in print, you can only be a medical grade product. So if you're talking to somebody, you don't kind of have that print disclaimer, but for the sake of us getting in trouble, you don't want to do that. So that's why we always say the appearance of or help with, and we cannot make medical claims. So you cannot say I can cure your eczema, because we can't cure your eczema, but this will really help with the dry, itchy, angry, red skin. So our technology of Soothe is meant to address redness, sensitivity, super dry skin. Most of the times, this is a stepping stone, meaning you can move from this regimen to any one of the regimens that we sell, or there are some people that will always have to stay on Soothe, and this is their regimen for life. But for many people, it is a stepping stone regimen, meaning let's start with this, or it's as a building regimen as they're working with another one. But we'll get into that as we move on to other ones. So Soothe is our botanical regimen. I'm going to throw out a couple of key buzzwords. This is all I know, but so many people think I know all of our ingredients. I really don't. I just know a couple, and that's what I throw in. So Soothe is our all botanical regimen. It is filled with yummy goodness like chamomile, grapeseed oil, arnica, licorice root, and things like that. So it has no fragrances, it's gonna smell like chamomile, and it's really yummy. Now, if somebody has super dry skin, they're going to not wash off the step one. What we suggest is taking our gauze pads, and what's so great about these gauze pads are they are soft, yet they have ridges, which is great for exfoliating, and it will take off the step one. If their skin is not super dry, they can rinse off step one. That really depends on their skin. And then you're gonna follow with the step number two. Now the step number two is the skin sensitive treatment. It is basically liquid gold. Every single medicine cabinet needs to have Soothe step two in it. Why? No one in my family travels without Soothe step two. It's kind of like the joke. Remember that movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding with the Windex? That is my answer to anything that my kids see whenever they see a rash, a mosquito bite, a bug bite, a burn from the sun, a burn from the stove. It pulls out the red. And generally, when you put this on a mosquito bite, you should see it stop itching in seconds. And what I found is it never itches again. When you put calamine lotion on or something on a bug bite and 4 hours later it's itching again, this will make it stop itching instantly and forever, in my experience. It will pull out a burn from the sun on me 3 hours later. All the red was gone, just tan. So this is the magic of the Soothe line. And again, babies, so this is the thing, babies and children use this line because it really is so yummy. Our company is not tested on children or babies, infants, toddlers, whatever. So we cannot post that publicly because it has not been tested for them. But privately, in our stable of people, we all use it on our children. Now, if you go to a dermatologist and a kid has eczema or any sort of skin condition, the dermatologist is going to give them steroids. Steroids is very harsh. It thins the skin, and it really is something that they can't even do long lasting because it does thin the skin and it's so powerful. And this is botanical. So it is really, I've had so many kids have incredible results from the Soothe, but we cannot post about that publicly. And I will tell you also, guys, I have a dog, my love, and she gets hot spots. And I took her to the vet and they gave her steroids for the hot spots. Well, the side effect was peeing all over my house, constantly drinking. The thing lasted 3 months. How long did it took like a month for it to go away. And when it came back, I'm like, I cannot put her on those steroids again. I took out my Soothe 2 because she's a POM and she has regular skin, and within 1 week, the hot spot was gone. No side effects. And I went to the vet, I showed the vet, and the vet said, I have no problem with using it. The ingredients are great. If it worked, amazing. Again, we are not tested on animals. You cannot post that publicly. I'm just sharing that with you. The step 3 is the most lightweight, delicious moisturizer you'll ever use on your face that will give you a very light, dewy look, dewy finish. It is so yummy. I mean, my girls who are on the acne lines all love this. I love it too. I use Redefine Reverse depending on what time of the year it is. And if you just want that extra pop of dewiness, you will definitely want the Soothe 3. The Soothe step 4 is the titanium sunscreen. It is a mineral sunscreen. It's lightweight. And again, this regimen is meant just for very sensitive skin. I personally never use it, but my Soothe lovers absolutely love the sunscreen. And lastly is the coordinating mask, which you can use with anything. It's just a calming mask. You leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes and it will calm your skin down. It's meant for 2 to 3 times a week. And that's our Soothe collection. The Soothe regimen is meant for twice a day use. And remember, the step 1 is a treatment. It is not meant to take off your makeup. So whenever you start any of our regimens, except for Recharge, you have makeup remover cloths. I love this. I know people use very popular brands from the drugstores that are really wet, but honestly, those are filled with chemicals. They do take off your makeup. But when you use this, there are 2 packages in here. It lasts you for 2 months. And some people even cut them. I mean, I don't cut them. I just love them. They're so luxurious. They leave your skin feeling like silk after. And this is something that I highly suggest you sell to every one of your customers because the whole experience starts with our makeup remover cloths because it just feels so great. We also have our eye makeup remover that once you shake it up, you activate it. You can use this on the most sensitive eyes. It deposits peptides. It takes off even waterproof mascara. But this is in our essentials collection. I'll probably end up jumping back and forth just because what I'm talking about, it just makes sense. So make sure you're always going to start first with clean, dry skin because our step 1s are always transformative. So we have 2 acne regimens. One is called Unblemished, which is for our adult acne, and then we have Spotless for teens. So let's talk about Spotless for teens first. So as you know, our doctors created Proactiv. That's what put them on the map. And Proactiv is an antiquated formula that was created by them 30 some odd years ago. Spotless is now our new, the molecules are created recently. This is cutting edge technology. It's only 2 steps. It's super reasonable. And the clinical trials are incredible. I mean, the results are incredible. And what is so different about this is it actually creates a way for the molecule to be penetrated by the product deep below the clogged pore. And that's what makes it effective that, you know, I can start talking fancy microbiomes, everything that I learned, but you know what? I'm trying to teach you how you can remember to speak to people down the road and knowing just a few things. So the bottom line is this brings oxygen deep below the clogged pore, and that's what makes it what it is. So the molecules were created by our doctors, by our scientists, and it is a fabulous regimen. Now, with Spotless as well as Unblemished, there is a build to use process. I'm going to tell you right now, anyone that does not build to use will dry their skin out and probably not have great results, especially in the beginning. So you really need to work with the parent or the teen that is going to get on this regimen because you don't want them to send it back and start telling people that the product didn't work. The product works. You have to use it properly. So it comes with a little booklet, a little brochure inside that tells you the days that you're going to be starting to use this regimen. So right here, it shows you the first week, you're using the regimen every other morning. By week 2, you're using the regimen every morning. By week 3, you're using the regimen every morning and every other night. And guess what? Week 4 is when you're using it twice a day. So that's very important to know that you're using this regimen twice a day at week 4. A lot of times teenagers don't want to wait that time. So I'm just warning you, this is very important. Now, if money, financial situation doesn't come into play, I love to get them on Soothe as well. Soothe is the perfect foil for the off regimen. So if they're starting Monday morning on Spotless, Monday night they can use Soothe, Tuesday morning they can use Soothe, Tuesday night they can use Soothe, Wednesday morning back to Spotless. Why? Because the Soothe is going to give them the hydration, the moisture, pulling out the redness and the sensitivity, and it's just so perfect together. Most people are not going to want to buy two regimens, right? If I can just get them with the Soothe moisturizer, I feel like that's a win, because chances are they will get dry. The Soothe moisturizer is super lightweight, it won't break them out, and it's, again, gonna be yummy for this regimen. Worst case, they're giving me hardball, no way. Cetaphil, CeraVe, wash and moisturizer, as long as I know whatever they're using doesn't have acids or anything that's gonna interfere with the acne regimen. Now, I don't sell Cetaphil or CeraVe, so I don't make money on that, as well as it doesn't do what our Soothe line does. So yes, I will never sell anybody something that they don't need, but you can't compare a Cetaphil and a CeraVe, which is basically just a mild wash, and I need to know that they're not using anything harsh, versus a Soothe that's actually giving their skin nutrition, it's giving them moisture, and it's really helping with any sort of redness and sensitivity. So there is a very big difference, but things can get expensive, so you really want to help them as best as you can. Same build up for Unblemished, and same deal with Soothe, right? So I'm not going to repeat all that. The same thing applies here. The same build up to use, the same my philosophy on Soothe. Now, what makes Unblemished what it is it's sulfur based. So you have the wash, which is sulfur based. The sulfur kills the bacteria before it starts, and that's really, it attacks where the acne, where the bacteria is. The sulfur goes straight to that, and that's what really helps it get under control. We can't say we can cure acne, because acne is not curable, but we can get your skin looking as best as possible. Then you have the toner, which is acid-based. You had the dual pump, which is really the magic and what makes our regimen brilliant. Watch, everything's gonna start flying down, of course. So this is our dual action pump, dual intensive acne treatment. And they're in two separate chambers, because you have benzoyl peroxide in one chamber and you have other key active ingredients in the other chamber. And the doctors know that when you put the benzoyl with anything else, it's going to start fighting with each other. I like to think like Japanese fighting fish, so they keep them separate. And also oxygen, sunlight and all that can affect the efficacy of it. So they have them in opaque chambers, so nothing can actually get to it. So again, Stanford trained dermatologists that really know their stuff. And I absolutely am a huge fan of Unblemished. It's the reason I joined this company, and it worked wonders on my daughter, who did everything under the sun, including Accutane, laser, and everything that known to man for 9 years. So Unblemished, the step 4 is your SPF. Every one of our regimens ends with an SPF and an oil control. So that is something that they would only use in the morning. Our Unblemished regimen has slight anti-aging benefits in there as well. So just to let you know, most adult women, when they're on acne medications, especially over the counter in drugstores, it tends to like dry up all their oil. And we need oil as we age to keep our skin looking youthful. So what happens is when they're using these products, it is basically aging them, because it's soaking up the oil that they desperately need. So the Unblemished regimen will not have that effect. I do want to talk about one thing, and that's about Proactiv, because when I first joined this company, you know, I heard these are the same doctors that created Proactiv. Now, Proactiv did not work in my house. So for me, I knew that it was a huge company, but I wasn't very impressed with the product because it did not work in my house. So what's the difference? You're gonna always hear this come up in your RNF journey, is what's the difference between Proactiv and your acne regimen? So Proactiv is meant for the masses. It is basically acid-based, salicylic acid-based, and it just soaks up the oil. So that's pretty much where it ends. It's meant for the masses. This is premium skincare, and that really is the difference right there. So just to let you know, you'll be prepared when someone goes, what's the difference? Again, you're going to throw back to what I started off in the beginning, where multi-med therapy, the right formulation, the right amount, and the right ingredients. And this is premium skincare, basically as if you were going to a dermatologist, but it happens to be coming to your bathroom. It happens to be coming in a box or right to your house. But Proactiv is meant for the masses, and it's really just the key active ingredients of acid. Now we're going to get to our reverse line. Oh, and I forgot, we have an unblemished mask. The unblemished mask is really fun. It's white that turns to purple when it dries. And from what I'm told, because I don't use this mask, I don't, thank goodness, have acne since I started this, none at all. It actually pulls out some deep layered acne, and apparently they're gone really quickly once you use the mask. So that's really nice. Even if it's just around that time of the month that you just might be breaking out a little bit more, just pop on that mask, and I think that you'll see great results. Then we have our reverse brightening line. Reverse is for anybody that just wants that extra pop of brightness. They are looking dull, they have brown patches or freckling, sun damage, anything like that is our reverse brightening line. Now you're going to start off with the step one, which is an exfoliating wash. The exfoliating wash is going to get rid of, start sloughing off dead skin. You're going to have your toner, which is of course a very important part to prepare your skin for the step three. Now the step three is broken up into two tubes. One is C and one is R. It stands for vitamin C and retinol. And again, retinol, like the other ingredient in the unblemished line, kills anything or starts to break down other ingredients, other active ingredients that it's with. So they put them in two separate bottles. So this way, when you mix them, I like to do it on my hand. So this way I can start brightening up my hands as well. You'll just have to take turns. And when you put this on your face, this is the magic. You're going to mix them together so it all of a sudden activates the vitamin C and the retinol together, and you're going to now have a beautiful, bright, glowing complexion. And then the step four is SPF 50. So it's only an SPF. It does have a little bit of a light moisturizing. I absolutely am obsessed with this moisturizer. It feels like a moisturizer. It has a really nice citrus scent. It's 50, and it doesn't feel sticky or tacky like sunblock does. We have the reverse radiance mask. You will look like an Oscar. It's bright gold. It gives you an instant pop of brightness, and this is one of my absolute favorite masks, and that is our reverse line. But like the unblemished line, super important, reverse is a buildup to use. Same exact thing like the unblemished. By week 4, you're using it twice a day. And the great foil for that is our Soothe regimen as well. Same thing goes for that. You know what I said before about the unblemished, the Cetaphil CeraVe moisturizer, but again, Soothe cannot compare. Okay, I always like to do the reverse line in the fall after the summer months. And we have Recharge. Recharge is our line for millennials. It's for 20 to 30-year-olds. The doctors found that there was nothing on the market as far as a regimen went for the younger set. So here the 20 to 30-year-olds are on their cell phones all day. They're in front of the computers all day. Their skin is in front of the blue light all day. That's zapping all their glow, their youthful glow. At night, they're binge watching Netflix, and they really wanted something for them when they weren't necessarily concerned with anti-aging, or if they didn't have acne and they didn't have sun damage. So what was for them? So they created Recharge. What Recharge does, number one, it is all the key buzzwords: sulfate-free, paraben-free, antioxidants, probiotics, prebiotics. It really is everything that the millennials key buzzwords are looking for. But it's also multitasking, which is really nice because they're so busy and they're always on the go. So this really fits into their very busy life. So you have the step one, which is a wash, which actually removes makeup. So this is the only regimen. Every one that we sell, you have to take up your makeup first. This is the only regimen that you don't, okay? Because the step one bubbles up. It's the only one that bubbles, and it actually takes off the makeup as well. The step two is the magic. It is the one that's going to give you the brightening, and it's going to make your skin just have that beautiful, healthy glow. And then the step three is actually I love this. So I actually use it from time to time, and I know a lot of my team does as well. So this is SPF, but it also acts as a primer. So remember what I said, the multitasker, they're so busy, they don't have time, for regimens and all that. It's pink, and it smells like rose, a very, very faint scent of rose. It is so, so good. It's pink because pink is a natural, what's the word? A deflector, like when you're putting on makeup, that pink color, I feel like I'm saying the wrong word, which is great because this is what this whole video is for. But it's like plays the optical illusion of when you put pink on, a color corrector. That's what I'm looking for, color corrector. And it's going to make the skin look Instagram filter ready. So this is a winner. So even if, you're using Redefine and you're my age or, a little younger or a little older, you may want to actually purchase this because it's such a great product. Okay, now we're getting into the number one line in the entire regimen, and that is in an entire company, Redefine. So Redefine is the Mercedes of all of our regimens. Okay, it's number one. It is our anti-aging. It shrinks your pores. It evens out your skin tone, and it tightens your skin. Okay, I can't say it erases wrinkles, but I can tell you right now, it erased my wrinkles. So I was a Botox user for 14 years. I have not injected my skin since I started RNF 7 years ago, and I attributed it to Redefine, the roller, and active hydration serum. The kaolin clay mask is our step one. It is a mask that's used twice a day, as our regimens are meant for twice a day. And what this does is it tightens the skin, and it actually pulls out the toxins. When you wash this mask off, you will literally feel like you went to a spa. It is incredible. I absolutely love it. It just is such a treat. Then you have your step two, and I kid you not, the step two will shrink your pores. It says pore minimizing toner, but it really will shrink your pores. And then I'm not even gonna get back there because everything will topple. It comes with an AM cream and a PM cream. AM cream has SPF 30. PM cream is much richer in anti-aging and retinols, and that's what you will use at night. It's a little heavy and a little sticky, I find, but I absolutely love it. When I wake up in the morning, my skin feels amazing. So that is our Redefine line. If somebody is not even interested in anti-aging, but they have super large pores and they're super oily, I find that Redefine balances out your skin's pH. I used to have a really bad T-zone, and when I started Redefine, it completely balanced my skin. I will tell you, it was about 6 weeks in, and my skin started getting super dry, like tight, dry. It felt horrible, and I had reached out to the nurse, and I'm like, what, Nurse Mary back then, and I'm like, what am I doing? My face feels like it's gonna crack. And she said, that is amazing. It means your skin is turning over, and you're gonna be left with fresh, dewy skin. And she was right. So the Redefine regimen, again, the purge cannot be pimples, which most of the time it is pimples. It can just be even like a super dry skin where the skin falls off and you're basically left with new skin. In our Redefine line, we have an incredible eye cream. Many of us call it eye crack. There's caffeine in here. There is ginkgo biloba extract. There's honey. There's no retinol. I know some people ask, you do not want to have retinol in an eye product. The skin is too thin. The most important thing to know about this is you're going to take your ring finger, which is the lightest finger that won't put much pressure on it, and you're going to put it on the bone underneath the eye, and you're going to bring it straight up to the eyebrow, okay? And that's going to lift the skin. And what happens is eye cream travels, and when it travels, it's going to puff you up if you start off really close to the eye. So you want it on the bone, and then it can travel very, very little, and it's not going to puff you up. What I sell the eye cream for is crow's feet, if you have crow's feet here, and if you have loss of volume. That really works wonders with, for the eye cream. I'm going to jump into our enhancements line just because we're talking about eyes. And this Bright Eye Complex is meant for black circles and puffiness. And I absolutely think this is fantastic to do it. I call it the dynamic duo. You're first going to put on the Bright Eye Complex, and you're going to put it on under your eye, again on the bone, and then let it dry after a couple of minutes. And then you're going to put the eye cream, basically seal it in, and the eye cream is going to go straight up to your eyebrows. What I like to do is when I have a new customer, I go into Google and I type in how do I put on eye cream. Usually I'll see Rodan and Field's picture come up, and it shows with the Bright Eye Complex and the multifunction eye cream how to do with the dots, or if they just bought the multifunction eye cream or this, I'll find that picture and I'll send it to them. Because most people don't know, and they put the eye cream too close to their eye and it puffs them up. Okay, lip serum. Love, love, love these lip serums. I wear it instead of lipstick. I just wear it as a lip gloss. Very important to know there are nuts in here. So if anybody has any nut allergies, you want to check which products do contain some traces of nuts. There is a nut oil in here. I believe it's macadamia oil. I could be wrong. It does have a minty flavor. So if somebody does not like the taste of mint, they will hate this product because you do taste the mint. If you pop it with a pin, you will get 3 uses out of 1 little serum. If you rip off the top, you will get 2 uses. It's meant for lip wrinkles, so you want to put it above your lip when you're home because you're going to look a little funny if you leave the house. Or you can just wear it as a lip gloss, or you can actually put lipstick on top and it'll stay really for a long time. And it will hydrate your lips. It is really a great lip serum, and kids love it too, especially when they get those rings around their lip. The mask in the Redefine line is fantastic. They're these little bubbles that pop in your face like pop rocks, and it just gives moisture into your skin, and it's a really fun mask. So that is our Redefine line, and let's get into the roller. So this is literally magical. Our roller is a game changer. Okay, so there are other rollers on the market. Ours is patented. The needles there are 200 needles. The length is proprietary information, so we don't know exactly the length of these steel needles, but there are rollers. People will say to you, well, I saw on Amazon a really cheap roller. People rip up their skin with rollers, okay? Especially if you're getting a cheap roller from China. You do not want to put that on your face. They're needles. This is not a joke. This is basically a medical tool. When I first started, they had to pull this from the line. It was not available to me because the verbiage on whatever it was for the roller packaging manual, I'm not sure, basically was like a medical device. So it had to be changed for an aesthetic company in order to sell it, but it's the same tool. So the roller comes with the intensive renewing serum together. You cannot buy the roller without the serum, but you can buy the serum without the roller. Now I'm going to talk to you about this serum and why it's so brilliant and why it's so amazing. So the serum, which is the intensive renewing serum, is 60 capsules of our patented intensive renewing serum. When you squeeze this out, you're not going to see anything, but it's yellow. It's yellow because it's vitamin A derived, and it's yellow. It is basically the same potency as Retin-A that you would get from a dermatologist, which is very expensive. I know, because I used to use it, and back then it was like $300 a tube, and it's not covered by insurance. Now, when you use Retin-A, and you open that cap and you start using it, every time your finger, sunlight, bacteria, oxygen exposes, once that cap is off and you're using it, it's breaking down the efficacy of the product. So by the time you're halfway through the tube, you're literally putting gel on your face. Our product is brilliant because there are 60 of these intensive renewing serums in one jar. So the first and the 60th are the same potency, okay? So it will always stay the same. It will always be the same efficacy when you put it on your face. Now, when you're rolling, you're gonna roll for 1 minute, and you're gonna kind of think of a pizza wheel, right? On your face and down your neck, and you can bring it down your chest. You're doing 2 things. You are creating microchannels, so your intensive renewing serum can go much deeper into your dermis to get the cells to start turning over, as well as you're tricking the brain into thinking there's trauma, and it's going to send collagen to repair. So when you turn 30, you lose a percentage of collagen every year that you age. This is actually promoting collagen. Now, I have seen consultants post belly shots after you have the baby and you have that crunchy belly, or scars or stretch marks. That is not compliant. We are not allowed to post that because it was never tested for that. But privately, you can try it on yourself and see the results that you get. Roll intensive renewing serum and lock it in with the PM cream. Hello, new skin. It looks really good. Okay, so that is our redefined regimen. Our redefined AmpMD roller, but this is really important to know. So you would not believe the questions I've gotten about this. I mean, people thought that they were supposed to drink it. I don't know. They look like Alka-Seltzer tablets. You must rinse your roller after each use with warm water. Once a week, you're gonna take a tablet. You're gonna throw it in the case that it comes with. There's a little line on here, and you're gonna fill the water to this line. It's gonna take about 15 minutes for the blue sudsy water to turn clear. At that point, you're gonna rinse off your roller and take it out. Do not leave it in the solution overnight. It will dull the needles. Very important to remember that. Now, the roller's needles last for about a year, and then it's time to replace the needles. Now we're getting into the essentials line. The best self tanner you'll ever use. It's foam, it's non-greasy, it doesn't streak, it has vitamins in it, but it gives you this beautiful bronze glow, and it's foam, so it's really fun to apply. You have our 2-pack of lip balms. There's SPF 20 in here. Tastes like grapefruit. Kids love this, and it's just a really great lip balm. It's a great gift to PCs as well. You have your vitamin D. It's 1 per week because it's 10,000 IUs, and it has your week, so it comes in a 2-month supply. But you have 1 per week. That's the only vitamin that we sell, since most of us are vitamin D deficient. I'm telling you, every order, if they're buying a regimen with a toner, this will make their toner last double, because cotton rounds soak up so much product, it's a waste. This has ridges, again, soft exfoliating. It's super cheap. And that is our gauze pads. We have our daily body moisturizer. I use this as a hand cream. I'm absolutely obsessed with this. The smell is fantastic. It coats the hands so richly and beautifully. I have it on my desk. I have it on the side of my bed. I have it in my car. And the only other thing I don't have here, it's out by the pool, and my girls keep stealing them, is our SPF Face and Body 50. This is very important to know. Our SPF products, number one, are Coral Reef safe, and they do not have oxybenzone in there. They have avobenzone. Oxybenzone is very high in estrogen. If you go to a drugstore, 99.9% of these sunblocks have oxybenzone in them. And if you have breast cancer, or if it runs in your family, you don't want to be putting on a product, especially if you live in a warm climate where you're putting on SPF every day. You don't want to be putting that into your body, because the estrogen clearly is not great for you. So ours does not contain that, and it feels like moisturizer, and it does not feel sticky or tacky. Last regimen is our enhancements. This is enhancement, which means you can add it on to anything that we sell. So we have our microdermabrasion paste. It has a tea tree oil type of scent. It's a sugar salt scrub with in a microglide base. And what this does is you can use it 2 to 3 times a week on your face. It will get rid of all the dead skin. It's going to give you an instant pop of a glow. You will absolutely love the way your skin feels after, like so soft and so clean. But you cannot use this if you have active acne, because it will spread the bacteria from the pussy pimples. And you cannot use this on very sensitive skin like rosacea red. If somebody has mildly sensitive skin, they can try using this product, but they need to wet their fingers first so as to not, aggravate their skin. Guys, literally, if you have not tried this product, this is heaven in a jar. Literally, heaven in a jar. This is our body replenish, and I really should have gone in order. So you know what? Let's hold off on that one and let's do this one for a second. This is our active hydration serum. What is so brilliant about this is it's already pre-filled, so you don't have to guess how much product to use. And this is a hydrator. So our scientists created the molecule for this. They fused 30% glycerin to hyaluronic acid, which is produced in our body. We lose hyaluronic acid as we age, and that's why when you see babies that have all those rolls of fat on them, it's hyaluronic acid, and their bodies are producing that. So they're chubby and they have all that, yummy, yummy skin that you just want to bite. Anyway, so this is basically mimicking what we have lost, and it makes our skin not just look younger, but actually act younger. And glycerin, if you ever use glycerin, especially on your lips, as a Vaseline type of thing, the maximum you can ever use is 5%, because it will feel like you're putting Vaseline on your lips. Well, our doctors created a way to fuse 30% glycerin with hyaluronic acid, and what the glycerin does, it's a humectant, and it pulls moisture from the air and locks it into your skin. And like I say to people, it's kind of like your skin drinking tons of water, like gulping water for your face and your neck. So what happened was, they launched this product, we all flipped out, our customers flipped out, and the general consensus was, we want to bathe in this, and we really can't bathe in this because it's so small. That dropper is so small. So then they came out with the Body Replenish. So that molecule is in here. It's also in the under eye complex. So that is a fantastic molecule that's exclusively RNF, and they put it in a body cream. So this Body Replenish cream does exactly what it sounds like, and it just, as soon as I come out of the shower, this is what I put on. You won't see those flaky white dandruff coming off your legs if you wear black leggings or tights in the winter, and those all start sloughing off the dead skin. This will hydrate your skin like nothing else. It is so, so, so good. That is, then we have, of course, Lash Boost. Where is my Lash Boost? Okay, well, I have Lash Boost. I'll get into that. Okay, this is our Pore Vacuum. I actually made a video of me doing this Pore Vacuum, and I even do FaceTimes with my customers that get the Pore Vacuum, because it is so important to get this right, because this is a serious tool. You have two settings. You press it on the bottom. One is lighter, two is heavier. The opening is aligned with Rodan & Fields. That's where it's open. You want to make sure that your customer is going to do this correctly, okay? So the problem is, if they break their skin like that, you can be left with hickeys on your face, which is not a cool look. So you want to really make sure that they understand how to do this. I like to tell my customers it's going to take you at least 2 to 3 times to get your Pore Vacuum groove, but you want to really sweep this on your skin to really get this to be effective, and you don't want to pull it off your skin, because that is going to make red marks. It comes with a solution. You're going to drench your gauze pad. You're going to put the solution on, and try and do it on fresh solutions. So do your skin in sections. But again, this is super important to make sure that your client gets to use this correctly, because you do not want them walking around with red welts all over their face. Okay, I'm going to talk about Lash Boost, even though I don't have it in front of me. I have the Brow and Radiant Defense, and then we're done. So I think I talk quick. Okay, let's talk about Radiant Defense first. 10 shades. This is incredible. I absolutely love this product. No foundation, no BB cream, no CC cream, no tinted moisturizer is needed anymore once you get somebody on the right shade of Radiant Defense using it correctly. So you really want them to get the brush. They can use their fingers if they don't want to spend the money on the brush. I absolutely love the brush. 2 dots is pretty much enough for like half your face. I like to start, I totally took the wrong color for me. Oh my God, I just pulled one to show you. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna look like a clown. But I like to start up here where the widest part of my face is, because if you start here, it's gonna be too heavy and it's gonna look too makeup-y. The whole beauty of Radiant Defense is it's super lightweight and it doesn't feel like you're wearing anything. Now remember, Radiant Defense is skincare. This won't clog your pores. It gives you a beautiful, even skin color. It makes your skin look radiant and healthy, and it's your last step before you leave your house. It won't settle into any lines, and it does stay put. I will tell you, when I went to Cabo, this was all I used on my face with Rodan and Fields. That's all I used on my face, and I put it on in the morning, and it would literally stay put until I took it off at night. So especially working moms that leave the house early, you will see when you put it on your face in the morning, it really will stay like that all day. Radiant Defense is a game changer. It is just fantastic. Brow, our latest innovation. It is so brilliant, and I will talk about Brow and I will talk about Lash Boost together. So Lash Boost, which I don't have here, I think my girls, I have 3 daughters that all use Lash Boost too. So Lash Boost, what makes Lash Boost different than anything else that's on the market? So I used to use a popular one that you can get at the drugstore, not at the drugstore, but like at hair salons or makeup stores. And the Lash Boost, why is it different? And I like to say you can't compare apples to oranges. So all other lash serums out there, well, I'll talk about Latisse because you're going to hear that a lot. Latisse is meant for glaucoma patients. Latisse are all chemicals that they found when they were treating glaucoma patients grew the eyelashes. That was the side effect. So that is all chemicals geared for glaucoma patients. Lash Boost, I like to call lash food. It is a nourishing, hydrating serum. Because we age, like we said before, you start losing moisture all throughout your body and your lashes as well, and your brows. So it makes things look, old and brittle. So when you use Lash Boost, which is filled with lash food like keratin, biotin, peptides, all these great ingredients, you're gonna feel your lashes feel stronger. But again, because we're not a medical company, we can't say it grows them. We have to say it makes them look longer, look thicker, look darker, while it's hydrating and nourishing them. So, if you buy, just to throw out Grande Lash, because I used to use that, that will definitely make the lashes longer, but it's not gonna make them thicker. It's not gonna hydrate and nourish them like ours does. Ours is literally lash food. So that is Lash Boost. I like to tell my clients in 4 weeks, they're going to see results. And some people see it in 2 weeks. They must take before pictures. If they don't, I really can't compare. And we really don't remember what we look like, right? Every time, because you wash your face twice a day, you don't see things changing. So really encourage them to take the before picture right when you place the order. And with Lash Boost, you put a very thin line where your lash line meets your lash, where the skin is. What's on the wand is enough for both eyes. You want to wipe off any extra. And it takes 90 seconds for it to dry. Do not put it on your bottom lashes because when you blink, it's automatically going to go there. And if you get it in the eye, it will get red. Okay, there are some people that are allergic to an ingredient. They'll be red and itchy. They can't use it. If they want to try and push through, you're strictly up to them. But I have blue eyes. There are no side effects as far as eye change of color. That was Latisse. And Lash Boost, I will tell you one thing that I had seen on the team pages. People started complaining that they saw hair growing on their up here. I would say the antidote to that is switch it up to do it in the morning. That person that has hair growing here tends to drip, tear, as they're sleeping, and that's why it starts growing hair over here. So if they switch it to the morning, it will not be an issue. So our latest technology, which is brilliant, I am absolutely in love with this Brow Defining Boost. And just a reminder, Lash Boost and Brow Defining Boost are only available in the United States. So that is important to know. Different countries, different regulations, but as you all know, we can all build our businesses in our country, in the United States. Even if you're in Canada or Japan or Australia, you can build a very nice team here as well, and you can get customers here as well. So the doctors now took the key active ingredients from Lash Boost. They put it with other key active ingredients. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to say about Lash Boost. So what makes Lash Boost different is, again, it's the same multi-med therapy as our skincare regimens. And it is key active ingredients layered. So they say after 2 months, you really need to start replacing Lash Boost. I say 2.5 months, you definitely want to get a new tube. Mark it on the bottle if you can, or put it in your phone. Because what happens is once 2.5 months has passed, you might only be putting on 2 of the key active ingredients as opposed to, I'm just making this up, let's say 10, that gets the lashes to do what they're naturally going to do. So that's why, even though there's serum left in that tube, you may find in 3 months, if there's still a lot of serum left, you're really not putting the key active ingredients that are layered that makes Lash Boost special on what it is. So they now took Lash Boost technology with castor oil and other key active brow ingredients. They put it in a base of a gel in 4 shades that have optical fibers that now attach to your hair. I'm actually wearing it already, so my lashes look on point. And you're going to basically shape it. So you're gonna wanna go up and out and basically give yourself a shape with the brow defining serum. It comes in, light, medium, dark, and black. And this is going to grow your brows long term. So you get instant gratification of having a perfect, beautiful, thick brow because of the fibers that are in the gel that are going to attach to your hairs and make them look natural, not drawn on or tattooed where it's very flat. This is gonna give you the fibers that are gonna make it look natural, but it's going to grow your lashes long term. So it's a brilliant product. Nobody has our science. Nobody has this on the market. It is fantastic. So you can do this in the morning, and we like to say brows by day, lashes by night. And the Brow Defining Boost, just a little bit of troubleshooting. Some people, when they get it, they say there's nothing in here. It appears empty. This is a wax-based product. So the more that you pump it and use it, it starts to loosen up. So if anyone says that, have them swirl around the brush. It's gonna start now loosening up the product that's stuck to the walls, and there you go. It'll last you for 2 months. That is our whole product portfolio. I hope I didn't leave anything out, but there you go. And I encourage you to utilize your team page, especially the really large team page, because there are sometimes some issues that come up, and just by sharing it with other people from the team that have experienced and troubleshooted, that is really going to help you get a great answer. You can always use RF Connection, but I find sharing on the team pages and getting real responses from other consultants that have experienced it really can go a long way. I hope this helped you. I hope that you found value in this, and share these great products with everyone because they really are life-changing.